Hello, hello. This is Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa and Florida, because I split my time between Iowa and Florida. So today I have 3 cards. I'm going to make 1 card with you, show you 2 more, and we're going to be highlighting 3 of our new designer series paper from the annual catalog. And then I will share how you can receive all 3 cards mailed to your house. But before I do that, let me invite you to our online global retreat, which will be July 21st and 22nd. And early bird registration is going on right now. So now through June 5th is early bird registration. I've teamed up with 3 other demonstrators: Sarah from Australia, Connie from Canada, Louise from the United Kingdom, and of course myself, Terry Hartley. So in the United States, the early bird price is $65. In the description, you'll have my link and the other links that you can click on to get more information and to register. But this online global retreat, during the retreat, we will have 8 live presentations, plus you will receive a retreat box to go shipped to your house that will have goodie bag, over $25 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, make and takes, tutorials, pillow gifts, and a lot more. So I hope you will sign up. This is our 4th retreat. Plus we have, we're going to add a kickoff party that you'll be invited to on Zoom before July 21st. And then, as we did at our last retreat, we will have an after party where you will be invited on Zoom and share about the retreat. So again, the link is in the description for more information. Okay, well, the last thing before we start stamping, I don't want you to miss out. And one of the reasons that I'm going to share 3 cards using 3 different designer series papers is because starting June 1st through the 30th, Stampin' Up! Is going to offer designer series paper sale from select papers from their annual catalog. So, all of these papers here, there's 8 on this page and 5 on this page. So we have lots of designer series paper that is going to be on sale. Now, if you would like to have this a copy of and see the designer series paper, just click in the description and sign up for my email, so you will receive the email about the designer series paper sale, and you'll be able to see these papers a little bit closer. So today we're going to be using the Earthen Elegance, the Fresh as a Daisy, and the Countryside Inn for our 3 cards. And I'm only going to be using 1 ink today, and that is Tuxedo Black. I'm not even going to be using dimensionals, which is, I always use those on my cards, but not today. And I'm going to be using Circle Sayings, and we're going to make some birthday cards. I don't know about you, but this seems like the summer. There's lots of birthdays. I have friends and family that are having birthdays during the summertime. So I need some birthday cards, and maybe you do too, which is why I'm going to offer you can receive all 3 cards in the mail by placing an order with me. So place a $35 order with me, and you will receive a written PDF, all 3 cards fully made, ready for you to mail and to send to someone with envelopes. So again, place an order with me, and I will send you the 3 cards. Your order needs to be placed through June 5th, Monday, June 5th. You must use the host code, and there is a link in the description where you can click on that and go ahead and place your order. So now through June 5th, if you place a qualifying order, $35 minimum without tax and shipping, then I will mail those cards off for you that we're going to make today. Now, if you place a $50 order or more, I will send you a full package of gems. So the cards I'm going to make today, I'm adding gems on them, but you will not receive those. So the cards will have, if it has ribbon, it'll have the bow will be on your cards. Everything will be there except for the gems. But if you place a $50 order or more, I will send you a full package of the gems, and then you can add the embellishments that you want on your cards. Okay, well, let's get started stamping. Now, the Circle of Sayings comes as a bundle with a punch, but we're not going to use the punch today. We're going to be using the largest and next to the largest circle from the Stylish Shape dies. So we'll need the largest and the next to the largest from the Stylish Shapes dies. And then really quick, I want to show you, this is the Countryside Inn, and it's a lot of boho blue. Now, one of my cards today, actually the card that I'm going to make for you, is going to be more of a masculine card. It's not using this paper right here, but I think this would make a good masculine card, as well as the side of the Designer Series paper in the boho, or in the Countryside Inn pack. But really pretty paper, and has some with rabbits on it. And of course there's two-sided. And this is Countryside Inn. That's going to be, you can save 15% starting June 1st. And then this is the Earthen Texture. Earthen Elegance, excuse me. 12 by 12 Earthen Elegance. And I think a lot of this paper, you could make it masculine cards if you wanted to, or it wouldn't have to be. So again, really like a lot of earth tones. Here's Moody Mauve. And then of course, if you turn them over, that kind of looks like sand in the ocean. Isn't that pretty? And this has Copper Clay, Gray Granite, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock in the colors. And then the third card is going to be using the one with the daisies, which is called Fresh as a Daisy. And this is, again, beautiful, beautiful paper. This has a lot of our in colors in the daisy paper. So, and I'm not showing you all of the papers. I've used some of them. I'm going to try to pull out. This one is really a beautiful Designer Series paper because it's divided into sections. So you can just cut the sections off and you can make a card out of it. So you can get several cards from this one sheet of Designer Series paper. So I'm going to bring in our trimmer, and I have a full sheet of Basic White thick, and I'm going to place this where the 11 inches is at the top, and I'm going to cut this in half at 5.5, and then we can save this for another card. And then I am going to turn this, and we are going to score it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to score it at 2 1/8. And if you place an order with me, you will have all of these directions in a written PDF. So first thing I'm going to do is take the card, our card base, and just fold it in half. And I am making a Z fold. This is a Z fold card. And then we are going to, it opens up like regular, but we added that extra score line. So I'm going to fold that over. And we will score this. And then I'm going to run this right here. And we're going to bring in some designer series paper. So this is going to be kind of, I'm thinking more of a masculine card, because we all need masculine birthday cards, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add this designer series paper. And some adhesive on here. And we'll place that right over here. Okay, we're going to add some adhesive. I hope you don't hear any noise in the background. I have a granddaughter here that I think well, I know she's watching a movie, but I think she has it turned up a little bit loud, because I can hear it, but I hope that you can't. Okay, you can decide, which way that you want to turn your paper. And so we're just going to put this right inside our card base. Get it lined up. And then we're going to lay this aside, and now we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in a scrap of basic white. And I'm going to bring in, I've already cut the large circle using the stylish shapes. All right, so we're going to bring in our ink. And I'm bringing in Celebrate from our Circle Sayings. And notice that it has Celebrate as it goes around 3. So you can place this, so you have Celebrate on the left, Celebrate on the right, or you can stamp it so Celebrate is at the top. So just whatever you like. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right here on our basic white. Going to bring in the little cupcake. I think this cupcake is so cute. And I'm going to ink this up in black. And then we're just going to stamp this about right in the middle. And I'm going to lay this aside. We're going to die cut this out in just a second. And I'll give you a tip on that while we're... And then I'm going to go ahead and ink up Happy Birthday. And we're bringing in our large die cut circle from Stylish Shapes. And this is going to go inside our card. So I'm going to lay this aside. And put the ink away. And we'll go ahead and die cut. Now, the reason that I stamped first and then is so that way I have placement. So this way I can make sure that I have the same amount of space around the outside. So I found, I don't think it matters if you're going to use the circle punch, but I found for using the Stylish Shapes that it works better to stamp first and then to run it through the cut and emboss machine. So here's a little mini cut and emboss machine. I'm putting plate 1 down and plate 2, and then we'll lay our cardstock. And I like to add a sticky note just to make sure that it stays exactly like I want. And then we'll add the other plate. I also find that if you don't have all the plates even, so I do have these bottom 2 even, but this one I'm not. It's going to be sticking out here a little bit more. And then just kind of put it, kind of just slide it, give it a little slide in. And then I'll just crank this through. plates out of our way. Take off our little sticky note. And here we have Celebrate. So now we need to do a little bit of coloring. I want to color the ice cream and the cupcake holder. And I'm going to bring in Pretty Peacock and Pumpkin Pie to give a little bit of a contrast to our card base. And our card base has a lot of pecan pie in it. And some copper clay too, I believe it says. I'm going to start with the cupcake holder, and I'm going to use light Pretty Peacock. And there's two ends. You have one that kind of looks like a paintbrush, and then the other more like a bullet. That's what I call it. So we're going to use the bullet end, although it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to go over those lines first. I could use the dark Pretty Peacock. Add just a little dot on each side of it shows the cupcake. And then I'm going to come back. And I like using the bullet end for this particular image because it just makes it easier to not go out of the lines. And then I'm going to lay that right here because we're going to come back to the cupcake holder in a little bit. And I'm going to bring in pumpkin pie, and we're going to have orange sherbet. So I'm going to start with the dark, and again, use that bullet. And there's some lines on the ice cream. Or I guess really it's not ice cream, but it's frosting, isn't it? Because it's a cupcake. Although maybe you could have ice cream in it. But I think it's frosting. So we're going to have orange frosting. So I went ahead and used the dark. Then I'm going to come back with the light. And then you want to add it down here. And I think I'm going to make the top of the frosting a little bit darker. Kind of just gives a little contrast. And then I'm going to come back with the Pretty Peacock. And I'm just going to kind of put some lines in here just to darken it in places so it'll look more realistic. All right, now we're ready to put our card together. So let's bring our card base back. And we have our inside. We also have, I die cut pecan pie cardstock using the large. So you need a large colored cardstock, and then you need a basic white using the large. And then next to the large, you need a circle die cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and attach our Celebrate and Cupcake with adhesive. And I have two more cards to show you, and I'm using the other two Designer Series paper that I told you about, the Countryside Inn and the Daisy. And so now we're going to bring this in, and we're going to attach this just on the left-hand side, so our card will open like this. So I'm going to place this about right here. Just going to kind of for placement right now for the inside, because when I add this piece, I do not want you to see the basic white circle underneath until you open the card. So I'm going to just kind of eye it. This is about half. So I'm going to turn it over this way, bring in my adhesive, and we will add some adhesive. And then we're going to go ahead and try to line this up so we have the same amount of space above and below. And it's okay if it shows, if the basic white inside shows a little bit, because we are going to arrange it so it will not. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Just line that up. And you see a little bit right there, so we'll just lower this down a little bit. And that looks good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add some adhesive to our inside circle, which says Happy Birthday, and has a place where you can sign your name. And that looks good. Just going to make sure that we have our happy birthday even. I'm going to put it down just a smidgen, which is why I like our green glue. Okay, now let's go ahead. Because it's more of a masculine card, I'm not going to attach a bow on this card, but you certainly could if you wanted to. But I'm going to bring in our in-color dots. And again, if you would like all 3 cards, then, and they're already made, I'll make them for you, and I will send them with envelopes in a PDF. Then place an order with me for $35 by June 5th, and I will send you 3 cards, 1 of each. If you would like a full package of the in-color dots, then if your order is $50 or more, I will send you a package for in-color dots. Okay, well, let's see. What do we want to put on here? We could do the copper. I think we're going to, again, it's a masculine card. So I think we're going to go with pebbled, the pebbled path. Now, your cards will not have any embellishments on them. But I will, if your order is $50 or more, I will send a full package of the in-color dots, and then you can add your embellishments. Okay, so here is the first card, Z-Fold, Celebrate, Happy Birthday, and this is a masculine card. So I'm going to lay this aside and bring in the other 2. My next card is made the same way, only I used Countryside Inn, and I have added a bow, and your card will have this bow. It just will not have any of the gems. So here I used Boho Blue, and I used Old Olive for the cupcake holder, and Happy Birthday. So here is our second card. And our third card is using the Daisy Designer Series paper. And here I used Wild Wheat bow. I used Crushed Curry for the largest circle cardstock. I used Daffodil Delight for the frosting or ice cream. And then I used Wild Wheat for the cupcake holder. And again, Celebrate and Happy Birthday. So here are the 3 cards. And if you haven't seen this beautiful ribbon, this is the Wild Wheat. It is a nice, thick ribbon. I think it makes bows really easy. I know I have heard some people that they don't think that it does, but I think you can make you can make a bow really easy, and you can make it as small as you want. So if you don't want a really big bow, you can just keep working with it, and you can make a small bow. And then the boho blue is the same. So those are the wild wheat and boho blue are 2 of our 5 in colors. So again, I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. Thank you for being here and for watching, and I hope I've inspired you. Again, I wanted to highlight some of our new designer series paper from our annual catalog, especially now that it's going to be, you can save 15% starting June 1st through the 30th. And here are 3 cards made exactly alike. I just changed the designer series paper. And if you would like to have these 3 cards mailed to you with envelopes and a PDF, the only thing that I will not send the embellishments, but if your order is 50 or more, I will send a package of the in-color dots. But place a $35 order with me. Use the host code. The link is in the description. Now through June 5th, and I will mail these 3 cards, envelopes, and a PDF to you. Thank you for watching. I'm Terry Hartley. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. Bye for now.